Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond Ballin with LaLa. This is LaLa and this is Beyond Ballin. So we're finally on episode 7 and I am so happy that I had the amazing opportunity of interviewing 7 amazing female athletes. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tag my name so you guys know my personal Instagram obviously and like the face behind the page. So today's episode is very important. I just want to give a little background onto why I started the show. Obviously, as athletes, we have a life. There's life beyond balling, and I feel like this show is a great opportunity for female athletes to share their stories. Today's episode is very important, and it's very special to me because we have an amazing guest, the Miss Basketball herself. Her name is Christina. She's a product and marketing specialist for Kia Motors of America. She's a business owner, a radio host, and an influencer, among other things. So we're so lucky to have her today, and I'm going to get her into this live right now. Let's find you, Christina. Let's see. Looking for her. Gotcha. Hi. How are you?
Okay, so let's pull this up.
I'm going to turn you up so I can hear you. How are you? You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, says the pretty lady herself.
I'm just enjoying this Florida weather
This
right
Florida
now.
weather. I'm so jealous.
Oh my God. I'm outside. This is my first time in Tampa, actually. So, friends, and we're just enjoying the weather out here. It's beautiful for
I
sure.
freaking love it. I wish I was there. I'm a Florida girl myself, so I'm so jealous.
Aw. So how's quarantine for you so far? What are you up to?
Quarantine is being quarantined. It's actually going pretty good. Better than what I expected, how it started out, because it kind of started out a really what the French toast is going on with my life.
Yeah.
I'm so used to, moving and working so much. And then everything just came to like a screeching halt. So I had to kind of figure out, okay, maybe this is the rest that I need, to kind of just take a little step back and just chill and, reconfigure things and just relax. So it's been going good so far. So
That's amazing. I'm sure you're spending so much time with family. We see on your page you got one-on-ones with your niece, and you're really killing it. You really seem to have a good time. So I was talking about the reason why I started the show was, just letting female athletes share their stories. And what many people may not know, I'm sure some of your OG followers know, and I learned when I had the amazing opportunity to talk to you on the phone, was that you have a very unique story yourself. Obviously we see your amazing hosting career, but some people may not know that, you went back to college at 25 years old on a full scholarship.
yeah.
That just sounds crazy in and of itself. It sounds so amazing. So can you tell us a little bit more about that for people who aren't so, privy to the knowledge about it?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been playing basketball since I was about 10 years old. I always wanted to be like my big brother. I thought he was the best basketball player in the world, for that most part. And he used to always kind of just shun me away, like, no, go this way, leave me alone. I always want to hang out with the boys. Anything that had to do with basketball and my brother, I wanted to be around. So as I got older, I went through middle school. I was always on, playing with the bigger kids. When I got to high school, in ninth grade, I was on varsity. So I've always been athletic, but I always tell people I didn't learn how to play basketball until I got to college. So coming out of high school, I was recruited by, about a good maybe 10 different schools, but I'm from a small town called Clewiston, Florida. I went to Glade Central High School. They're known for football, definitely not basketball. So it was weird because I've never been away from Florida. I've never been away from Florida for school. So I ended up going to Independence Community College in Kansas, and he recruited me on basketball, and then the track coach also recruited me to run track.
Nice.
So that's what a lot of people honestly don't know. I was a better athlete in track than I was in basketball.
Wow.
So So what ended up happening is I got a full scholarship for track and basketball. And it's so weird. Once preseason started, this guy told me I was not good enough to play college basketball. It was the weirdest thing. It's like, whoa, you recruited me. You got me I drove 24 hours in my Honda Civic. And you tell me that I'm not good enough to play college basketball. So I ended up doing indoor and outdoor track. I was 10th in the nation in high jump, 11th in the nation in long jump.
Wow.
And I did pretty well in track, but my heart was always with basketball.
Wow.
So after that, I did 2 years, and I was like, yo, if I can't play basketball, I'm done. Like, there's no reason for me to go to school. There's no reason for me to do anything else. I want to play basketball. So I set out for a good 4 years, moved to Orlando. And I started just playing in different pickup games, different tournaments, different celebrity basketball games. And one of the games that I was playing in, I was 24 at the time. I was 24, and I'm playing in this old school versus new school basketball game with my church. It was a church league. Nice. And it happened to be NBA weekend, where they have all the rookies that come down. And there happened to be a scout at that game. It was like, yo, you're actually really good. You ever thought about, are you in college? Are you doing X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, I'm lit. Like, I ain't in college. Yeah. Like, I really had that aura because at the time, that's when I started modeling. I started doing a lot of things, becoming like a socialite. And I told him, I was like, oh, I'm good. People, how it go. They'll help you try to get in school, and they never really help you. Yeah. So I was like, what you want? He was like, listen. Yeah. And he was like, listen, give me a week. Just trust me. If you give me a week, I will get you into school. I thought you was in high school, but honestly, I guess you're not. But if you give me a week, I promise you, I will find a school. Within 3 days, he had 5 schools. Wow. I will never forget him. His name is Coach White. I wish I could find where he is now because I owe so much to him. But within 3 days, he had 5 schools. And one of the schools I ended up reaching out to was Jefferson College in Missouri. And I went for a tryout. They called me on Thursday. I was there on Monday, and they offered me a full scholarship.
Wow. That's beautiful. I feel like a lot of people, obviously, when you're in high school and you're not heavily recruited or you don't know what's going on, they just lose hope. So what kept you motivated? How did you keep that love for the game?
The motivation was the fact that I really thought, and this is going to be funny, but I really thought I was going to be the first woman in the NBA. Like, I think my parents instilled so much confidence in me. Yes. And at the time, I wish that someone would have set me down and said, yo, like, listen, you may not be that great in basketball, but here, let me work on different things with you to make you a better player. But I think everybody just went off my athleticism. I could touch the rim. I was great defensive players. I was quick. So people just kind of let me go. They just kind of let me slide, didn't really just take the time to groom me into a great basketball player. So I had that confidence, like, yo, if it's something that I really want to do and that's basketball, I'm going to do it regardless because it's in my heart. So I never stopped. I never stopped.
That's beautiful. So before you had the opportunity to get discovered and before you went back to school, what was your life like? Like, what were you doing? I know you said you were a socialite, so you must have been doing some hostings. How was that? How was that experience?
So before going back to school, it was so funny because I don't even know how. Yeah. But at the time, I started doing YouTube videos. And this is years ago. This is like 2006, 2007 with Spoken Reasons. I started doing YouTube videos, and our videos got millions of views. Wow. So from there, I started getting like a little name for myself. And I'll never forget, I needed a name for MySpace. And this is where Miss Basketball came from. So I was like, I need a name. Like, dang, I need a name. It went from everybody knew Christina, but they didn't know Miss Basketball. But they just started calling me Miss Basketball over and over and over again. I started hosting parties. Wow. I started being invited to so many different events. And then this whole Miss Basketball thing just grew. I always playing with the guys or hanging out with some of my NBA friends. And it's just like, oh, that's Miss Basketball, Miss Basketball. So I was a socialite before going back to college. So people were like, okay, so wait, you about to stop everything? I'm making money. I'm doing marketing work as well. So I'm marketing, I'm modeling, and I'm playing basketball with, some very well-known people. And it's like, whoa, you about to stop all of this? I got a 2-bedroom condo on the lake. I'm lit. Like, but I mean, yeah, I was like, I would give it all up. I would give it up. And that's exactly what I end up doing.
That's beautiful. So I know to date you've hosted, and I'm saying to date because, you know, future, the sky's the limit, honestly, but you've hosted Essence Festival, the NCAA Final Four, you traveled to Greece, and you got plenty other amazing opportunities as far. How did you get those opportunities? Like, what do you think was the biggest factor in your success thus far?
I would say being authentic.
Ooh.
Being authentic, being you. I honestly believe it's one thing to know your craft, but it's another thing to have that energy and to possess something that's just authentic that they can't get anywhere else. Like, I feel like every time I host an event, every time, whether it's on TV or not, whether it's in front of one or whether it's in front of 10 or 15,000, like Essence Festival, I feel like every opportunity is an opportunity for somebody new to see me, for me to audition like I'm getting another job. So when clients see that, they're like, yo, can you do this next event? Like, I haven't had to give a resume in so long.
That's beautiful.
That people they just put my name. I mean, people are speaking of me in places that I don't even know behind closed doors. So I appreciate everybody who's ever, you know, encountered my energy and me being authentic, to reach out for me for jobs. Like, I thank God for it.
That's beautiful, you know, because I love hosting and I love, you know, doing stuff like this. And what I feel like a lot of females get into is, you know, like, everyone's trying to do it. Yeah. So how do you say people in general, because it's not just females, find that niche and find that thing that's unique to you, as you mentioned?
Yeah, I'm honestly, like, I would say just be you. That's the great thing. I mean, people sleep on the fact that you can get so much further in just being authentic you. Like, people like, oh, there's so many people doing it. There's so many. Who cares? It's so oversaturated. Who cares? You have something that nobody else don't have, and that's your uniqueness. And you have to use that to the best of your ability. And you got to go every time somebody see you, you got to make them fall in love with you. Not saying you got to be a different person, but just be you. And if they don't like it, somebody else will. There'll be another opportunity. There will be more that will come your way. Just continue to be you. Because it's been I thank God. It's been working. It's been working for me. And I be looking up, or, you know, I just posted today, I met Lisa Leslie, who is my idol.
Yes.
And I got a chance to interview her. Yeah, and I got a chance to interview her. And I was literally crying and shaking. Like, it's such a blessing when you can just be you and things will just always fall in place. They'll always work out for you.
That's beautiful. I think that's great advice. So I know you mentioned, you know, word of mouth and not having to share a resume. So I'm sure you know how, and you mentioned it on the phone with me about networking and that being an important piece in your success. So what tips would you give to athletes who are, you know, thinking and trying to prepare for their life beyond their sport after college, but are still trying to build that network? How would you say?
I would say, first and foremost, build relationships. I think people forget that networking is all about relationships. It's not where you just go, I'm gonna get my business card, I'm gonna just, you know, give me your Instagram and keep it moving. Actually build a relationship. And I tell my mentees when I'm mentoring, I say, hey, figure out a way you can become a servant. You know, figure out a way you can serve and help somebody. So if I know, let's say you're trying to get into journalism or whatever the case may be, and you want Oprah to be your mentor, figure out what is it that Oprah needs that I can do. Be a servant. Actually go in there and say, hey, I can help you with this. I can help you with that. And build that relationship, because that relationship will push you forward to the next thing that you're trying to do. So the best advice I can give an athlete is to build relationships, and meaningful relationships. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to be friends with them because I may need them. Build relationships and be a servant and really start pouring into people, because I'm telling you, when you decide to pour into people, God will then bless you in return. So you got to figure out how to become a servant, how to help first, and then all those blessings will start coming back on you.
You're preaching right now.
I'm trying not to.
notes in my head right now. So it's amazing. So not only are you a great athlete, but you seem to be just like a genuine and great person. And as I saw in your bio, you actually started a foundation. You started the
Yeah.
I Foundation. So can you tell us more about that? And what made you want to start that?
Wow. Okay. So, like I said earlier, I I grew up with just being super athletic. I
Yeah.
could jump, I could run, I could just do all these freaking amazing things. But let's just be honest. I sucked at dribbling. I
Okay.
sucked at shooting. I
I mean,
sucked at shooting. And I didn't actually learn the game of basketball until I got to college.
got it.
So imagine if I would have had the proper training starting at a younger age.
Yeah.
Imagine if I would have learned how to play basketball rather than just, oh, she athletic, she could do anything.
Yes.
So I wanted to, and then on top of that, I'm from, if anybody on here, y'all from Florida, y'all already know what's up. I am from the muck. And if you can make it out of there, you can make it anywhere, because it is a struggle. And we don't have a lot of resources. We don't have people to look up to. We don't have role models. We don't have, somebody that's going to take the time to say, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So I wanted to put myself in my younger foot shoes, if that makes any sense. So I wanted to build a foundation that will help young girls not only to be better basketball players, but to be better women, to grow up, to be beautiful, to have that confidence, to say, hey, you don't have to look like X, Y, and Z. You don't have to act like X, Y, and Z, but you can be the beautiful, brilliant, amazing young lady that you are, and get these resources and go kill it on the court.
Yeah.
So I created I Hoop 2 last year. We had our first all-female basketball camp. And I'm not talking about, I didn't want no guys.
Wow.
all female staff, all female volunteers, all female coaches. I even had a gynecologist come in there and talk to the girls about personal hygiene. So I wanted the girls to see other women that look like them, who have played the game of basketball, who have inspired me in some type of way to say, hey, keep going. I love it. I mean, it's been amazing. Like, the girls we gave away some Jordans. Every girl left with a Spalding basketball. Shout out to Spalding. They reached out to me and donated some basketballs. Just so many people poured in. Papa John's, Chick-fil-A. It's just been amazing. So that's dear to my heart, because I wish I would have had that when I was young.
Right? Yeah, and I feel like that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Making it better for your future.
Yes, it's so important. I think it's our obligation. Some people don't like that weight and that pressure, but I think we're obligated to help the youth. We have to, once we get to a certain point, we got to pull our hands behind and say, come on, girl, I got you. There's no competition. Come on, little sis. Like, you're watching me. And especially now that we have social media where everything is at our fingertips, these young girls, they're watching us. They want to be like us. They're emulating all the things that we're doing. So why not put positive energy, a positive light on women that play basketball and who are around basketball to say, hey, you know what, listen, I got you. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
I feel like that's so important. Obviously, like I grew up around basketball. My dad played in the NBA. Of course. I really feel like the most influential person when it comes to basketball. My dad was similar to your brother, and I wanted to play football. He didn't let me play football. It wasn't until we started going to basketball games and he saw all the other fathers, cheering on and like really getting on their daughters, and he was like, okay, now I should. And so I feel like it's so important for us as females to uplift each other, and because it's different coming from a female.
It really is. We have a way to deliver a message better than the guys. So it's important that we share them. Yeah.
Like to say that. And so I know hindsight's 2020, we can't go back, but if you could, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Girl, get it together.
Really?
I honestly would, if I could go back, oh my God, and I kick myself in my butt all the time about this. I honestly would really give 110%. Like, that's far as training, doing the different drills, actually investing in myself, like physically doing the work, not just letting talent and the fact that I'm super athletic get me through the motions. Like, I look back now, I'm like, yo, if I would have trained harder, if I would have, you know, did the right things that I need to do, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, I honestly believe that, like, because the training that I got once I got out of school, it blows my mind. Like, I didn't learn how to use my right hand correctly until I was 30.
Right.
I just got by. I'm left-handed, so I just got by. Whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Easy. I didn't learn how to shoot until I was like 28.
Wow. Yeah.
And then people see me now when I'm playing in different celebrity basketball. They're like, oh my God, you're an amazing shooter. Yeah, it's because I had the gun. It's because people started shooting me, you know, showing me the right way to shoot. So I wish that I would have took the things that I know now and really applied it back then to say, you know what, let me get on my stuff. Let me train. Let me eat right. Let me work right. Let me do everything. If I really love basketball, how I say I love basketball, let me eat, sleep, and think about basketball nonstop and train as hard as I can.
I love
That's
that.
what I would do.
Yes, that makes so much sense. But, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
And ultimately, I feel like you're in a great position now. So I feel like that, yes, I mean that. So, I feel like this is a very important question because, you know, as you know, this page is different because especially with our particular sport, there's an image and a lot of people try to put you into a box and say, you play basketball, you can only look like this. You know, when I'm walking down the street, I don't really get basketball as much as you would think. I get volleyball.
Yes. You got long legs, like,
you know what I mean? I get one of those. So, you know, because they have an image and they try to fit everyone in a box so society can feel better about themselves and, you know, things aren't weird to them. To you, what does a beautiful baller mean? What does that mean?
A beautiful baller is a woman who walks in her truth. A woman who, before you even see her beauty, you can feel her energy. And it's like, it's nothing but positivity that is spewing from her pores. A beautiful baller is a woman who knows exactly who she is. Yes. And that's not afraid to be exactly who she is. Yeah. Like, people really get that whole, because you're beautiful, you know, they automatically want to sexualize it, you know, ooh, girl, you know. But it's really more of who you are as a person. That's what I think a beautiful baller is. Somebody who exudes positivity, somebody who exudes greatness, humbleness, somebody who can, again, help somebody else and be like, oh yeah, girl, I see you, girl, I see you. Like, somebody that's like that, like, not just the whole sexual being of it, but somebody who is just really beautiful on the inside.
I love it. I love it. So as we mentioned, you know, people trying to put especially female basketball players in a box of what they think that they look like. Have you ever, you know, felt hate or pressure from your, you know, from anyone in, you know, like the industry because you decided to like maintain your femininity while playing your sport? I know I have, and, you know, I honestly feel like on my team, there was nobody else that kind of like looked like me and was doing what I was doing, you know, getting my eyebrows done, getting my nails done. What I normally did while I was playing basketball all my life. And so I did kind of feel isolated, and, you know, it wasn't a great experience sometimes. So have you ever felt like that?
When I went back to school at 25 and I'm with 18 and 19-year-olds, I have a car. I had a boyfriend that was, you know, that was playing in the league, and I could move around. I could do so many different things, and my hair was always done, my nails done. Like, and legit, I wore makeup. I'm wearing makeup to the game. My coach was like, do you really need to do all that? Yes! Yes! Yes, I do.
Yep.
Period. Yes. Like, what is the point? Why you get your nails done all the time? Why you gotta wear makeup? Do you want to wear those lashes? Yes.
Yeah.
And blush? Yes.
Yeah.
But, and then all of my teammates, which was so funny because I don't have any, like, the only piercings that I have is just my ears. So I didn't have any tattoos. Yeah, I didn't have any tattoos. I didn't, you know, I didn't wear my pants sagging. Like, our team was, they looked like female basketball players. Like you would get if you with them, oh, y'all basketball players.
Yeah.
And then to be me, like, you don't play basketball, you don't look like a basketball player. And I would get upset because I'm like, so what does a basketball player look like? I'm supposed to have my pants sagging, like I'm supposed to be a tomboy, I'm supposed to have dreads. Like, what's up? Because y'all gonna get these bundles. Yeah. So it became like a rift between my teammates because, of course, half of my teammates, dreads, tattoos, they got their pants sagging. They think they're little boys for the most part. Yeah. So it kind of, for the first couple of months, it was like this. But once they got it in their head, okay, you're going to be how you are. And nobody says anything to you because we don't want to offend anybody. We would not dare offend you. You know? So nobody says anything to you, but why am I getting flack about being feminine, about wanting my nails done, about wanting to wear my bundles and having my eyelashes and my blush? And I'm still the starter. I'm still the captain of the team, by the way. My name and my face is still on the programs. I'm still putting people in these seats at the games. Like, we're still basketball players. So once they got it through their heads, like, hey, I'm gonna be me, you be you, and we good. It became better because I think more girls started feeling comfortable to be themselves. You know, in the game of basketball, especially in women's sports, it's more like they want you to look a certain way. Yes. And if you don't, then it's like, oh, you prissy or you ain't, you know. That's not the case because I know a bunch of female basketball players who are beautiful that will bust your butt, period. Yep. But it's like they want to put you in this box and make you feel like you're supposed to look like this or you're supposed to act like this. Or the biggest thing, you're supposed to like girls. Ooh. And it's like, no, I want to just be me. I just want to just be me, who God intended me to be. I have no problem with you, but I just want to be me, the beautiful baller that I am. Yeah. So once I kept preaching that, I had a couple girls, because of course I'm the oldest one on the team. Yeah. I had a couple of my younger teammates who slowly started, you know, to say, I think I'm gonna what's the big I'm gonna do again. You know, like I'm like, why are you whispering? Yeah, like why are you whispering? Like, you should want to, you're a female at the end of the day, right? I honestly believe, and I preach about this so much, at the end of the day, what you do behind closed doors should not be the tagline of how you are as a basketball player. That it doesn't go hand in hand. It just does not. So whatever you like, whatever you want to look like, whoever you want to be that. Yes. But don't let it be this whole idea that this is who you are. Like, no, just go out there and hoop. Just go out there and do your thing and be beautiful. You're a female. Walk in that truth. Yes. It's something amazing. Like, you're blessed to be. I think females are the most amazing creatures on the planet. Like, you're blessed to be a female. However you want to look, do it, but own that. And don't get upset with anybody else for looking how they want to look like. You just be who you are and go out there and kill it. I have a slogan that says, look like a lady, but play like a beast. So do that. I love that.
Love it. And, you know, I was going to ask you what your specific advice was, but I think that quote speaks volumes, and that is the advice. What was it? But play like a beast. Because I'm going to put it in my... Yes! You know, because that was beautiful. I know we've had a lot of time at home, you know, with quarantine, we're kind of shifting gears and everyone's trying to do like 10 different things, you know, pop out of quarantine with like 10 different, what skills, if you have any, you know, like it's different for everybody. We don't all have to have like 30 different incomes by the end, you know, when we're free. Yeah. But have you been able to master anything new during this time?
Ooh, my patience.
That's real. I'm so serious. That's what I need to do.
Let me see. Any new skill? Not yet. The only reason why, because I've been using this time to really just be. I keep hearing so many times. I have my mentees. I have friends of mine, colleagues of mine. Oh, what are you doing? Did you learn this? Did you do? I just wanna just be.
Nice.
Like, I'm so used to fast paced. I'm so used to going. I'm trying to find my next gig. I'm trying to book this. I'm thinking about this event. Just doing so much. I have really just been figuring out how to just be at peace.
Wow.
And not to really get fixated on the fact that I haven't worked in 4 months. That's the thing that really just, I'm like, yo, I literally have not worked in 4 months. My last gig was in Vegas and I have not worked in 4 months, but God is amazing because I don't want for anything.
Wow.
Like I haven't missed any bills. I have food in my house. I have things that, you know, opportunities are still coming. So I gotta kind of just be like, you know what? Let me just be at peace. Let me just take my little time, and I'll get, you know, I'm working on things here and there. But as far as like a new skill, my new skill, I would say would be just being peace, just being at peace and having patience. Cause the way my attitude is set up,
I'm right there with you.
like, period.
So we all see from your Instagram that you have a fantastic figure. Okay, when the abs are to die for. You know, the flyer I put up, like, you just look great. So what's been your daily routine? Because I need to know the secret. Like, how have you been able to keep up your body during quarantine? We can't
this is okay. So I got 2 things.
Okay.
So I play basketball at least once or twice a week.
Okay.
But every day I dance. I legit be in here dancing as if it's a whole party. Like, I turn the music on and I dance to where I am sweating. I believe cardio plays a huge part in the fact of maintaining these abs. Because of course, I used to do CrossFit a while ago when I was training for basketball. So I was doing CrossFit really heavy, like just going. And then I was like, ain't nobody finna keep doing this. I'm right here looking like an action figure.
No, so that's already sounds very.
I was like, I'm done. I'm tired of, because imagine 2006, I had abs. And this is before Beautiful Ballers, before we have a platform to show that you can be beautiful and, you know, have muscles and women can be, you know.
Yeah.
I hated it because I used to get picked on so much. Like, oh, she must be a man. How's your muscles like that? So I hated it. So I stopped doing everything. I stopped working out, but I always maintained cardio. So me dancing is my cardio. So I dance for at least 30 minutes a day. And that's how I'm able to kind of maintain my abs. And of course, and I'm always laughing. So that contracts my abs too.
Keeps you very young. That's amazing, you know, and I think you just touched on a great point. Like, you're really one of the like pioneers. That's pioneers of the Beautiful Baller brand, because you're talking about 2006 and this page really wasn't. I don't even, AJ, let me know. I know you in here. Let me know if it was happening.
2013 is when Beautiful Ballers kind of emerged out of the work. Shout out to AJ, because I don't think you may remember. We started a lingerie basketball league. Like,
he told me. I didn't remember. I think I was a little too young for that. I didn't have social media really growing up. You know, my parents really weren't really big on me. I had to get a Twitter only because I told them I needed to follow Justin Bieber so I could try to win concert. So I didn't really have MySpace. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't like Twitter and Instagram. That's all I got to this day, and Snapchat. So I was out a long time.
So 2013, 2014, we started a league called the Beautiful Baller. Matter of fact, I think it was the Beautiful Ballers. I think it was Beautiful Ballers League.
Wow.
And we played in sports bras and compression shorts. And I was on the ATL Storm.
Nice.
We had 6 different teams. And this is so funny because I think a lot of people have forgotten about how Beautiful Ballers really legit started. Like, we had people like coming out to the games, tickets, like We were on flyers. It was so dope. I'm gonna beat up AJ because he know how I feel whenever I tell the story. But we had Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, Houston, and a couple. I can't think of the other team. I don't know if it was one in Baltimore, but that was in 2013, 2014. Wow. And it was such a really dope league because it was beautiful girls playing basketball. The only thing I didn't like it was a little, you know, the sports bra in the bottoms.
Yeah, a little risque, but you know.
But that's kind of how Beautiful Ball was kind of just birthed out of that. Like it turned from that league, it went into Instagram. And then he started posting, you know, the different girls because it's like, whoa, if it's this many girls that play basketball right now, imagine how many other beautiful women that are around the country, around the world who are beautiful, that really look like women that hoop. Yeah. So he started, you know, he started pushing. And I was shouting, I'll never forget. I used to shout out Beautiful Ballers all the time. Make sure y'all go follow them. They started.
I love how.
Yes, they are. I mean, just to see the growth and how far Beautiful Ballers has came. I am so proud and I'm so happy that they've kept it going and they've added so many amazing people who help out the brand, so many people who represent what Beautiful Ballers really are. So shout out to you guys. There's video. Somebody said, is there any video? There are videos on Instagram and on Beautiful Ballers. I think they got thousands of.
We're gonna post them.
It's way back. Oh, it's way back there.
Yeah. So we're talking about growth, and I'm sure you know your Instagram page has grown because you have over 90,000. So how has having such a large platform impacted your life?
Wow. The crazy thing is Instagram, I think is just like my vehicle, and I like to call it my little vessel. It's my vehicle to reach out and be able to touch so many people. Like before Instagram, before MySpace, I was who I was before, you know, before anything. Like people knew who I was because of the type of work that I did and just me in the community or doing whatever, or that girl that's always playing basketball. So having Instagram and different social media accounts and having the platform that I have now, it's been such a blessing. A little curse too, because I'm still single, Jesus. But
good thing you just said that because I know a lot of people in here want to know.
But it's been a blessing because I'm able to reach so many different people.
Yes.
Like I'm able to reach out to somebody in LA and say, hey, I'm having an event. Let's do this. Yeah. And it's connecting, you know, it's bridging the gap between hoopers all over the world. Yes. So I'm so thankful for it. And it continues to grow. I don't know where these people are coming from. Like, I know it went super crazy when I went viral for ESPN. Yeah. But I honestly, shout out to all y'all who follow me. I appreciate it because I don't be doing nothing crazy. I just be on there being me.
Oh, like you said, you know, and obviously people love it. So I saw that your TikTok videos went viral on pretty much every social media platform. I remember Twitter, you know, when I barely get on, and I'm like, oh, I see you. And you were with Terrell Owens.
That's my boy.
How was that? Like, you guys seem to have such great, you know, energy together, and it was so fun and nice to watch.
It is. He's such a joy. I try to encourage people so many times, like, don't let the media fool y'all. But during quarantine, I was going through like a little that period of, okay, Corona is happening. Now I'm in quarantine. What the French toast I'm about to do? Because all of my job, it was like a domino effect. Like I lost job after job after job. And I'm like, the money, I'm like 10,000. And like everything was just slowly being taken away due to Corona. So I was down and out. I had got off social media. And of course, T.O. was like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, he's like, man, we should do some TikToks. And I'm like, all right. I didn't know, like, I honestly didn't know that it would go viral and everybody would just go crazy over the TikTok because we was literally just having fun. Like we always, I mean, every time we're together, we just have fun.
I love it.
So, I mean, those TikToks, man, they have brought a lot of smiles to a lot of people's faces. So I am, I am forever grateful for it. We are not together. Let me make sure I just put this disclaimer out there because people keep trying to put us together. But no, we are just great friends. And I thank God for him because he's such an amazing person. He's a great athlete. We all know that. But he's such a great, genuine friend. And I thank God for friendships like that to be able to just have fun. We're going through a pandemic to where people are depressed. People are losing jobs. People are losing their houses. You know, there's a lot of different things, a lot of things that are uncertain. So it's important to kind of have that time to just, you know, don't worry about nothing. Let's just dance. Let's just have fun.
So right. You're so right. You know, not only are we going through a pandemic, but then there's social injustices.
Yes.
That is
2 pandemics.
Woo! 2 pandemics.
And they still haven't arrested the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. So,
you know, and it's weighing a lot, you know, on all of our mentals. So I think it's very important that you said that. Sometimes we just need time to just be free and relax.
With no judgment.
Exactly. So look into the future beyond all of those things. You know, what's next for you? What's your next move?
My next move. God, can you send me a sign and let me know? My next move, honestly, that's a great question because right now I'm at a point in my life to where I'm doing a lot of pivoting.
Yeah.
Due to Corona and this whole pandemic. But I honestly, my next life is seeing myself as a female Mario Lopez per se. Like just having a taste of hosting and being a media ESPN. I want to do more of that, but on a bigger scale. Like I can see myself as being a commentator on ESPN. I can see myself having one of the biggest foundations for young girls with my foundation, I Hoop Too. There's just so many different things that I see in my future that I'm really just like, God, whatever your will, your way, just don't forget about me. Like
yes, I love it.
So I'm just out here letting God do his thing and putting things into the atmosphere, putting the work behind it, and letting it all just manifest and just be great. Like when I die, I tell people, like when I die, I just want my life to be a light and for someone to say, because of you, I didn't give up. Because of your story, because the fact that you were just who you were, you inspired me to keep going. So that's what I want. I want to live a life that's worth living, that somebody could put my name on a building, you know, and say, this girl did this. When I look at my life and look back at all the things that I've done, all the things that I accomplished, even though I feel like I haven't done a lot, but I had to look back. I'm like, yo, I have really done a lot in these past few years. But I just wanna be a light and really just let God do his thing. Just let his light shine through me. That's it.
Awesome. You know, and I honestly feel just from your energy, like when we talked on the phone, I could already tell you were like a great spirit, but now just to see it, you know, and I know everyone in here can feel your aura. You know, everything you're saying about yourself, we can see that. And I can honestly say you are inspiring people in here.
Thank you.
Like, yes. And that's a great way to close this off. You know what I mean? I do feel like your story's amazing. You know, I don't know anybody else who has a story similar. Everyone's different, but yours is definitely so amazing. And I know it inspired people. It inspired me. And so thank you so much for taking this time, coming on to the page and sharing your journey.
You are so welcome. And thank you, Miss LaLa, for just being amazing and being beautiful and walking in your light. And never stop doing it. Do not dim your light for nobody. I believe God has so many amazing things in store for women in general. Like I'm just such a girly girl. I'm like, yes, girl, yes, friend. So continue to do this. There's so many people out there with amazing stories who need to know it, not just it be sexualized because we're beautiful, but to show that we are strong, we're confident, we have other things and amazing. Not only do we, you know, we're scientists, we're lawyers, we're CEOs, we're business owners, but we hoop too. If that makes sense. You know, I'm always throwing it, I hoop too, but we hoop too. So I thank you so much for just being you and continue to just keep killing it. Like I love all of this. all
Thank
of
you
this.
so much. Thank you so much. I really do.
You are, girl, you better not cry, girl. You better not cry.
No, I'm emotional, so. No.
You're a crybaby like me.
Huh?
I said you're a crybaby like me.
What sign are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Libra. I was about to say then that's exactly what, I like Capricorns.
Damn.
Yes. So thank you so much. I want you to have an amazing rest of the day and hopefully we'll be out of this soon and we'll see you hosting some amazing event. Literally.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right. Oh, by the way, really quick, if you're in if any of you guys, we're doing Dribble for Justice Saturday. We are dribbling for justice. Bring a basketball. It's going to be here in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yes, and I posted the information on my page, but we are basically, this is our way to protest for our voices to be heard. So we're dribbling a basketball. Dribble for Justice will be this Saturday. So pull on up if you in Atlanta.
And I'll make sure to put the information. I'm going to copy and paste it from your caption and put it in the IGTV caption if anybody wants to look and reference it. So
thank you. Shout out to all of you guys that are freaking on here. I don't even look at the comments, but hey, y'all.
Yes. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
That was so amazing. I just want to thank everyone who came in and, just viewed her amazing story. Her energy was amazing. I know you guys all saw that. So thank you for tuning in to Beyond Ballin. And you can watch the past 6 episodes on IGTV on the Beautiful Ballers page and the Beautiful Ballers YouTube channel. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that there is a YouTube channel, so make sure to go and subscribe and make sure to follow me. My Instagram is right there, AYEE__LaLa. That's my personal Instagram, and you'll also see me on the page. So bye, everyone. Have an amazing day.